Let's take a look at the ways in which English has been nativized in Pakistan as a result of the influence of indigenous languages. One evidence of English's nativization in Pakistan can be seen in the use of lexicon. Many words undergo or can be seen to be practicing, let's say, what we call a functional shift. By functional shift, we mean that a word is from one class is made to perform or is made to act as if it belonged to another class of the language or another language class. For example, a noun is made to act as a verb. Let's take a look at this example sentence. The PPP had informed him that Election Commission's affairs were handed over to a secretary against whom the Anti-Corruption Committee conducted an inquiry and who was to be charge sheeted. Now, charge sheet is a noun, but in Pakistani English it is used as a verb. So we see a functional shift. The noun is made to function as a verb. Similarly, let's take a look at these two examples. As Pakistanis waited on a cold December night for 1991 to be firecrackered. Now, firecracker is a noun, not a verb, but here it is used as a verb. Similarly, Multan traders to Gherao Municipal Corporation. Now, Gherao is a very Pakistani word, but you'll be surprised to know that if you check right now, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionaries, you can find the word Gherao in this dictionary, and it is entered as an Indian English word. So we can see again here Gherao, a noun being used as a verb, and all these examples are real examples from Pakistani English newspapers. Similarly, we see functional shift from adjective to verb as well. For example, Alaya lived in Multan right into the 1950s. His wife cooked in my aunt's house. The daughter washed and served, and the son was a general factotum who fetched and carried and halal the chicken. Now, halal is an adjective which is used for the kind of meat that Muslims eat, of course. You must know that. And in Pakistani English, we see examples of the adjective halal being used as a verb. And by the way, you can find the word halal also in Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. So we see this functional shift also from adjective to verb. Then there are words which were used in colonial days, and they are no more used in other Englishes or in English in native English-speaking countries, but they are still used in Pakistan. And if you use them, you go abroad and use them, nobody would even understand. For example, dicky or diggy for the car trunk or boot. The British would call it the car's boot, and Americans would call it car's trunk, but Pakistanis still call it a dicky. Similarly, stepney for the spare wheel. Nowhere in the world stepney is used to refer to the spare wheel except in Pakistan. So we have this colonial lag as well. Then we see influence of local languages on many words. So in terms of word formation, many compound words are formed which have very distinct Pakistani features and which we do not find in the native English varieties, British or American varieties. For example, flying coach is a term used for these small buses, especially in Karachi. And these buses have got nothing to do with flying or the coach, but they are called flying coaches. Similarly, marriage party, you will not find this compound word in any native English variety. 10% again is a very Pakistani term. Similarly, there are derivations which are not found in any other English except Pakistani, or at least not in native English varieties. For example, affectee to indicate people who are affected by a certain phenomena. Similarly, pointation is a very Pakistani a derivation of the word point, and museumize is also a very Pakistani derivation of the word museum. In terms of word formation, we also see Urdu-English hybrid derivations. For example, Gundaism being derived from the word Gunda, dacoit from the word daku in Urdu, and dacoity from the word daketi in Urdu. So we see these Urdu-English hybrid word formations as well, hybrid derivations to form new words. We also see semantic shift, which means we see that the word is being used for a very different meaning from its original meaning. Some such word is a monthly. We know a monthly means something that happens every month. But in Pakistani context, a monthly is used as a bribe paid every month, and we're all familiar with this term. Similarly, a gunman is a bank guard, and this term is not used anywhere in the world for referring to bank guards. We also see a lot of variation in the use of prepositions. In Pakistanis, only you see people talking about filling up a form and coping up with situations, although a native English speaker would only say fill a form or cope with a situation. Similarly, we see a lack of subject-verb inversion in questions. This is again a very distinctive feature of Pakistani English. For example, why you are laughing instead of why are you laughing. Similarly, what are you looking at instead of what are you looking at, what you are looking at. So this is again a feature of Pakistani English. Another very prominent feature of Pakistani English is the pluralization of uncountable nouns. For example, equipment, we see many people using the word equipments. Same goes for informations instead of information, researches instead of research, and hairs instead of hair. So we see many features in Pakistani English which are very different from native British or American English.